Hey, hello, and welcome. Tonight is the night where we put all our other troubles beside us, behind us, whatever, and have fun. Let's have some fun. We're going to be talking about Gen X and looking through some memes, and even I have a TikTok to start you off. Um I guess I'll wait for a few people to come in before we watch the TikTok together. But how is your week starting off? I hope you're doing well. Uh, yes, I'm okay. It's Tuesday night here in Cambodia. I know a lot of you watching in the U.S. It's a happy Tuesday morning for you. Mumsy's in the house. Mumsy's in the house. Andy's in the house. Andy's in the house. Woohoo! Chalet should pop up soon. Welcome. Look at all those pretty butterfly emojis from Andy. Thank you so much, so much. Here, I'll put this here. Oh, and ladybugs for Mumsy. Butterflies for me. Ladybugs for Mumsy. So awesome, Andy. Thank you. All right. So I've got a TikTok for you. I don't know if you guys have watched this guy before. I follow him on YouTube, but this is on his TikTok. I know, no. I take that back. The TikTok is for another show. Yeah, where's Chalet? Look at that. Unicorns for Chalet. Oh, beautiful. I'll show them. There, look at that. Beautiful unicorns for Chalet. Um, no, this is on YouTube. And tonight we're just gonna go until 10 o'clock. I scheduled another live for 10. Okay, because I want to have a special show about something I did find on TikTok. Well, actually, I watched a YouTube video, but then I didn't want the whole big long thing, so I found a TikTok which um, talks about it shorter. So when we get to the end, then I will share the link to the new live, and hopefully you guys will pop over and join me for that one too. It won't be, maybe just 10 minutes, talking about a particular kind of traffic accident that can happen. And anyway, so Gen X. Let me share my screen. So Gen X John A or Jonah is the guy's channel. I'll share his channel afterwards. Let's see, you guys can all see? Yeah, you can see. Hey, Snow's in the house. Snow's in the house. Welcome. Just in time. I'm going to play this TikTok and then we can have a quick chat about it before we start looking at memes because I found it very entertaining. You're going to do a mood stream after you finish yours. I have a second video that's going to start at 10, but it's only going to go for about 10 minutes. So I don't know if you actually have yours scheduled to start at 10. But definitely I want all of us to jump over to Snow's. So maybe if you're going to start it after me, so what we'll do, I hate to put all this in the beginning of the video, but let's get it out of the way. I'll finish this at 10 and start, and we can jump over to another live that is a topic for Cambodia for about 10 minutes, and then we're all going to jump over to Snow's. But you're going to need to share the link for your mood stream so I can share it with everybody. Or well, no, I'll just share your channel, which is in the description. But when we get to that, I'll share your channel so that we all can hop over to it. Okay, so let's watch this and then have our comments about it. All right, it's the volume's up as high as it can go.
Been dogging Gen Z, calling them lazy for not wanting to work.
Oh, I do think it's time to hit.
The news has been dogging Gen Z, calling them lazy for not wanting to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of their life.
Sounds familiar, except we weren't lazy, we were slackers.
Let me put it in perspective for everybody who's a little confused.
Is she talking to us? Because, I mean, we're not really confused, except for those random moments when we're kind of standing in the kitchen and not sure why we're there.
I work 5 days out of the week, 40 hours a week.
Okay. Wait, you want a cookie?
I do not make enough to live on my own.
Here's the problem. Why do you expect you would be?
20 years ago, when you were getting started, you could live on your own.
When I was getting started, I had 4 roommates, one of which had to live in the basement because we weren't allowed that many of us on the lease. And it was in a less than desirable neighborhood. But we did what we had to do because living at home wasn't an option.
You were able to do everything that I'm now struggling to do.
All right, I don't know what you Googled, what you're watching on YouTube, what Netflix show you got your information from, but you couldn't be more wrong. Stick to your story because you clearly don't know ours. Wasn't any easier for us? It is what it is. Wish you luck. Stick to what you know. You clearly don't know what you don't know.
The news.
So, could you guys all hear that? Snow says, I remember our parents calling their own children Generation X, the generation of nothing generation, because X means nothing, crossed out. We failed to start over again and never give them power. Exactly. Like you mentioned, we were used to being called slackers, right? She says everybody's calling her, I think she's a Gen Z, that, oh, they're lazy. They don't want to work. They don't blah, 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 which we do see this. She's complaining about working 9 to 5 days a week. Like, sorry, but like, that's normal. There's nothing special or bad or anything. That's what normal is. And I think even the millennials have a better handle on that than the Gen Zs do. Just absolutely, out of touch. And then I don't know. I think that this generation has too much social media. I watch Charlotte Dobray, and she does a lot of stuff like on Bridezillas and things. And the expectations that young people, young adults have today about how they want their wedding and everything. I mean, they're back when I was in high school, there was lifestyles of the rich and famous. That was it. There was no social media. There was just TV, a little bit of cable. There was some cable, but and nobody expected to have a yacht or a mansion simply by watching it. And it just seems that like with all the reality shows and everything, which are very scripted, that people think, that they think they can become instant millionaire. Of course, with OnlyFans and things like this. I think the generation now of young adults does expect that they can have this very lavish lifestyle. I mean, how many stupid videos are there? I think they're on TikTok. But again, when I watch Charlotte's channel, she'll show, sometimes the topic will be these people telling their stories, right? While they're putting makeup on. And I swear the amount of makeup that they're putting on is insane. It's like for a theater. That's what you put all the contours and things like this when you're on stage so that the people in the back seats can see, what you're supposed to look like, or, like that you have high cheekbone, so you make, you do all these things with makeup for stage. And that's like everyday stuff. How much money do they go through on foundation and stuff? I'm still using makeup that I had before I moved to Cambodia 17 years ago. I still have my Kissing Potion lip gloss from when I was in high school. I still have that. I can't even imagine the amount of money that they would be spending on makeup, false eyelashes, eyeliner, mascara, blush, eyeshadow, all of it. It adds up. If you're putting it on that heavy every day, I mean, I think they have expectations that we didn't have. Like he said, yeah, we moved out of, we didn't move out of the house of our parents to some kind of lavish apartment on our own. I got married. you know. Um, and we had a small 1-bedroom apartment. And then once I was pregnant and we had a baby, then we moved into a 2-bedroom apartment. But yeah, sometimes you had to have roommates and stuff, especially Gen X. A lot of Gen X. I mean, watch the pizza one. No, St. Elmo's Fire. You know, it. No comments on it. Could you guys not hear it very well? Anyway, I was kind of tickled by that. So let's get into the
decided to watch the original Transformers film to see if I would like it. And holy,
this one we saw last.
my grandmother had a clock that looked almost exactly like this. Why did my mom make me think it was illegal to turn a light on in a car while you were driving for my whole childhood? Okay. I actually had someone comment on a past video who was asking, it is illegal, isn't it?
And we looked
right?
At it, and that's why we stopped
Have I been lied to my whole life? That was just funny. I had a good chuckle out of that one. One of my students really wrote a sentence that begins, in the late 1900s, I had to reread it 3 times to realize what the heck was going on.
Oh my God.
My feelings are hurt. I never thought of it that way. Those.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. In the late 1900s. Oh, that makes me feel old. Mumsy says, I don't feel the girls 13 to 14 years old need to be having false eyelashes and surgery and tattoos. I agree. That's way too young. You know, thank you. Thank you for that comment. You know, yeah, I didn't even get into so what are they going to be like? What are they going to be expecting when they're 18, 19, 20? You know, and I mean, I'm assuming they don't have jobs to be paying for all this stuff. So their parents are paying for it. You know, how do they, without working, how do you expect to pay for all of it on your own? I guess they expect that they're going to be some kind of big internet social influencer thing and get their money that way. Whoops.
Was born after 2000. Think of the 1990s as the last century. We're really getting old, guys. If you know why the corner is taped, you are officially old. Heck, if you know what a cassette tape is, you're old. Let alone.
Absolutely. I remember doing this. I think we talked about it when we've talked about cassettes in the past, but basically there's a little rectangle right here that when you buy your cassette, that like, especially if you're buying a blank cassette to record on, that there's a piece of plastic in that rectangle that when you're done recording, then you can push it out so that there's a hole and there's no more plastic, and then you can't record on it. Now, when you buy a cassette that already has music on it, then that's gone because you're not supposed to be able to record on it. But if you ever wanted to record on a cassette where that was missing, all you needed to do was put tape over it and you would fool the machine and be able to record. Snows. Oh, so it didn't erase? No, the opposite, Andy. Because basically everything that's on there right now is going to be gone because you're going to record over it. Oh, Snow says, my comments are overlooked. I guess maybe they didn't come through. YouTube hates me anyway. Who cares? Oh, Snow says, okay, yeah, okay, so I read that one about the parents calling us the generation of nothing. And then, oh, trust me, I've got comments. And then Andy said 5x5. And then Snow said, you don't have to go through a whole lot of makeup. But the thing is, the more makeup they use, the more likely they are going to get a sponsorship. Things work very differently on TikTok. But see, that is they're focused on getting those sponsorships and trying to become an influencer. They think that's going to be their job instead of realizing that, it's a very small percentage. Yesterday we were talking about the Kieran Reed case, and I kept telling you, I watch Emily D. Baker. She had tens of thousands, like 5 digits of people in the live stream. Let me look at her right now, because she should be live right now. Kieran Reed live. Right now on her live, she has 24,000 people, 24,156 watching her live stream. She's got 756,000 subscribers, almost 1 million subscribers. It just went up 24,232. Oh, because I'm one of those, right? Which I paused. That's how many people she has in her live. Over 24,000 people in a live stream. Imagine the comments, that not everybody makes it to that. I have other channel, Defense Diaries podcast, The Lawyer, none of them have those kind of numbers in their live streams. Snow. Okay, the comment overlook. So I went back, made sure I saw that. I used to help with an 8mm reel to reel. Good grief. People are just dumb if they don't look at where things came from and the development of technology over time. Exactly. When I was in broadcasting in college, and we had non-linear editing. Don't worry if you don't know what that is. And it's basically what everybody does now. And we had to take, before they would let us touch the machine that would do non-linear editing, I think it was Avid or something, then we had to take a cassette tape and do linear editing. And my goodness, was that a process. And it gave me so much. I have a friend of mine who's an editor in Hollywood. And I said, I have so much respect for you. Because he's been doing it for a long time. There was a time, at least I didn't have to like cut and splice the tape, but yeah, you have to understand where the technology came from. Then you understand more, for sure. Mumsy says that's part of the problem. Parents are giving the kids everything they want, no value for money. Absolutely. Chalet is in the house. Sorry it took me so long to get down to the comment there. Chalet in the house. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, it took me forever to find you. You said you weren't live, and it said you were alive, and you're coming on at 11 o'clock. Oh, that's another one. That's the one I'm going to do after this one. Kind of went over that already. That I want to do like another little 10-minute short on that other one. Hey, True Crime Cult in the house. Robert in the house. Woohoo! Snow says, yeah, that's the blue collar job of the 2020s, TikTok influence. Yeah. Oh, there's Andy giving Chalet the unicorns. How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's given a good welcome to True Crime Cult and everybody else. Oh, I see some coffee. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Chalet. I know you'd be here if you knew. Yeah, I'm sorry I confused. In fact, that's why I don't schedule, because I see some people, as soon as they have topics for a certain date or whatever, they like have 5 or 6 videos scheduled at the same time, and it's nice that you can do that. However, I don't want to confuse my viewers by doing exactly what I did today. And I had 2 scheduled. It's pouring down rain. We had a little bit of rain here. Wait, who is this? What? It's Miriam. What do you mean? Who is this? Who are you asking? Who is this? Emojis, lots of emojis. Yeah, you got confused. I get it. So just to recap that little bit, I want to do a short, like 10-minute video about a particular kind of accident and like why is it not more prevalent here in Cambodia? It seems like it should be, and I want that to be its own little video. So I made its own little thumbnail and everything, and I scheduled that for 10 o'clock. So we'll talk about memes and ramble about Gen X and about all the other generations for until 10 o'clock. And then I'll put the link here as well so we can all hop over to it. Now, when we finish that one, Snow wants to do a live mood thing. And so I'll put her channel and in there, and we can all hop over to her and watch her live and have some nice mood music. Everyone's saying hi. True Crime Cult's also going live tonight on the Swamp Rose channel with A.R. Hayes, Convict's Thoughts. Oh, goodness. But tonight for you, that's tomorrow morning for me. So I will have to look at that. Let me check. Search in here, Swamp Rose. It's 7 a.m. for me, so I may be able to watch some of it. Let me share the link. So anybody who wants to see True Crime Cult, yeah, busy day. Make sure that you, this is the link to the True Crime Cult one. Let me see. Oops, that's not what I want to click on. This one. Where is Snow? I'll have to add it later. Okay, let's watch. What's the next meme?
Why we taped over the corners. And if you didn't have any tape, you'd stuff paper in it or something, like some of you guys said on a past video.
Stuffing something in there wouldn't.
They liked cats before it got mainstream. Yeah, before cat videos went viral on YouTube. Heck, one of my earliest videos on the channel is a cat video.
I never
also have a dog video, along with a lot of other odd and end topics.
There must have been something better on a different channel.
This picture makes me so sad. It's like looking at the Pieta. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, it's Pieta, and that's Michelangelo. His carving of like the Mother Mary holding Jesus after he was taken from the cross. Yeah, it does. It does look like that. I don't remember seeing this episode with them both being old and dying. Yeah, yeah, let's put that in a cartoon. Alfie, not an Alf fan. Good morning, Chrissy. Andy said, finally a few days of sun here in NorCal. No chemtrails for a day. That's nice. Yes, we had contrails that dissipated shortly after jet passed, but yesterday obvious cloud cover from fake clouds started before dawn. I hate when that happens. We do have them here as well. And you can definitely see when it's not an airplane contrail, and they're kind of like laying out the clouds, and then here, then they become kind of wispy. After, there'll be a line and they'll become very wispy and become a big cloud. Remember Beverly DeAngelis? No, I don't remember Beverly DeAngelis. Shall I look? Beverly D'Angelo, American actress. Oh, yeah. Oh, she was in Christmas Vacation and stuff. And European National Lampoon Vacation movies. She was the mom in all of those. Okay, yeah, I remember her. Should I share that real quick so you guys can see? Share this one instead. Looks like she was with Al Pacino for a while. She's 72 years old now, born in 1951. Her children are Olivia Pacino and Anton James Pacino. Huh. I didn't know that. I think this is a picture of her and Al Pacino. And so she's the same height as him, and he's very short. Does it say? It doesn't say height. but yeah, whatever. All righty. Let's go back to our memes. Share this tab instead. Let's see. Here we go. I think DeAngelis did self-help speeches. Oh, okay.
I didn't even know what it was. I had to look it up. Some statue that Michelangelo made. Ta-da. And it didn't even include a single slice of pizza. 40 years ago. So 1960. No, 1980. No. The original Chuck E. Cheese.
I would totally do that. Thinking like from 2000 minus 40 is 1960, and then going, but no, it's 2020. So 40 years ago is 1980. And I was like, what? I've been around like aware for 44 decades. Like, man, does not compute. True Crime Cult says, I am the Clark Griswold of my house around Christmas time. That is such a classic movie. When I was showing a Christmas movie to my students, I had to like pick which Christmas movie are we going to do. And that was in like the top 3, definitely the top 5 of one of the choices. Snow says, dumb used today, believe that the Civil War happened 200 years ago. No, but it won't be. It'll be 200 years, not that far away, right? Because we'll just say 1860, 1960, 2060. We're in 2024. So yeah, 200 years isn't that far away. But yeah, I mean, when we were growing up, the Revolutionary War was like 200 years ago, not the Civil War, the Revolutionary War. Because we had in 1976, we had a centennial. So I think we kind of, at least me, I was 10 years old. Chuck E. Cheese is creepy. You watch that movie, and Chalet watches Christmas Vacation all the time. I haven't watched it in a long time. You remember celebrating the bicentennial in 1976. I totally remember it. I think Marriott's Great America opened up that year too.
Definitely looks like he'd tell a child while ashing his cigar on their pizza.
It does look like a gangster.
You can bring back one TV show. What do you choose? This is actually a pretty hard one because there's a lot of right answers, but I'm going to go with MacGyver.
MacGyver. Okay, one TV show to bring back. What do you choose? The Monkees, Bonanza, Little House on the Prairie, Happy Days, McCartney Wings Over America tour. Oh, they're all still on because you got watch TV Land or something. Sliders as in the movie with Gwyneth Paltrow, is it? Get Smart, Band on the Run. Did we get into music somewhere? Band on the Run. I know out here, I never heard people call mini hamburgers sliders until I came to Cambodia, but now it's kind of a thing to say sliders. All righty. Let's see what else.
If it was the original MacGyver,
Cheers.
Not this one they tried to remake here in the last year or so. When I was a kid, these guys ruled the TV.
rule the TV. I mean, the Muppets was popular. I wanted a rainbow card. I finally got a 1978, I think. Was it 1980 maybe? I don't know. A Datsun B210. I figured there's no way I can damage the value of this car. So I finally had a car that I could paint rainbow, and I did, and I drove it in parades and everything. And my daughter absolutely hated it. She goes, "Everyone's laughing at you." I said, "I'm making people happy. So what? Let them laugh. It's fine." She was so embarrassed. The Love Boat came on, and then Fantasy Island. Absolutely. Deplan. But the Muppets didn't rule TV.
Guys were always funny, especially their sarcasm. The Smashing Pumpkins wrote the song 1979 in 1995. That's equivalent to a band today writing a hit song called 2008. No one asked you for this math, sir. I do not appreciate this math. Yeah, you millennials are getting old too. You're not too far behind some of Gen X.
Yeah, that's scary.
No helmet, no elbow pads.
Wait. Well, there was. So what do we have about
in 1995? That's equivalent to a band today writing a hit song called 2008. No one asked you for this math, sir. I do not appreciate this math. Yeah, you millennials are getting old too. You're not too far behind some of Gen X.
Okay. Yeah, playing Pac-Man and standing on something so you could watch. Look at her little outfit. Isn't that cute? Pink and green with suspenders and red shoes, and he's got on his jeans and his red satin. Remember the red satin jackets? I had a black satin jacket. Deplane, rich Corinthian leather. Makes it sound like a Bible cover, right?
No helmet, no elbow pads, no shin guards. Just a boy and his bike. That's how we rolled in the 80s. That almost looks like a pre-built ramp.
And look at that wood-sided station wagon in the back.
Either that or they built a pretty nice ramp and painted it. He's just getting back in time. On the last episode of this...
Wait, what?
Either that or they built a pretty nice ramp and painted it. He's just getting back in time.
Oh, so this is an airplane window. And somebody put the DeLorean from Back to the Future there, because obviously he did not actually see that somebody had to like Photoshop the car in there to make it look like he looked out at the window and saw the DeLorean. Okay. Yeah. All right.
On the last episode of this Gen X and Millennial series, I told everyone about a little Easter egg that was on the O'Reilly's Auto Parts website. If you go to their website and type in the search box,
yes,
part number 121G,
we did it.
You will see this.
Flux
capacitor. It even has a detailed description down here at the bottom. I just thought this was great that O'Reilly's done this. I stop at O'Reilly's every once in a while, and the next time I go in there, I'm going to tell them I need this part number. It'd be hilarious if it actually comes up on their store computers. Tesla burnout. Mopar burnout.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is very true. Have you guys seen some of the photos and things of all these Teslas catching on fire? Firefighters hate them. They can't even hardly put them out.
That's scary about the electric vehicles. But if anybody doesn't know, Mopar is actually an acronym that's become like a word that is for the after, like, so when you purchase a car, then after parts, after stock, after model, after after something parts. So not the original parts, but the extra parts. And so then like everybody that had muscle cars, but Mopar is only for Dodge and Chrysler. But everybody who had muscle cars would we call it soup up the muscle cars by adding extra stuff, right? And so Mopar was like the brand of thing aftermarket. Did somebody write that? I just remembered it. Oh, I said it before somebody wrote it. Aftermarket products. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's keep going.
When I was a kid, we didn't have bottled water. We had a garden hose.
Yes, we did.
Share this video if you remember.
Yes.
No disassemble.
Yeah, Wally.
Speed checked by radar.
Oh, that's cute.
That's the only kind we need. For those hard to reach children in the back seat.
Oh, that's clever.
This was GoFundMe when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yes, it absolutely was.
We saw a meme like that before.
In the 70s, we didn't have YouTube to listen to our favorite song.
True.
We had radio stations with real live DJs who took our song request and dedication.
Yeah.
And if we were lucky, they'd play it on the radio.
Yep. And you know what else? DJ stands for disc jockey. Disc jockey. So when I was working for the radio station, they refused to let us be called DJs because we didn't use discs anymore. It was all computerized and digital. So so we had to be called radio hosts. I'm your host. Not I'm a DJ. Vans tennies. Yes, Vans tennis shoes. I never heard of those until I was in college, which was in my 30s. Someone was like, "Oh yeah, I got Vans tennis shoes." I'm like, what's that? Now I know. Okay, it's kind of it was started as like a surfer.
If your phone cord could reach 4 different rooms and outside, your teenage years were awesome.
This is true.
And we had a phone that hung on the wall that had a really long cord.
Yes.
I
And then the cord would always get all twisted up, and you'd have to like untwist it, like once a month or once a week or something. You like untwist the cord, and then so you can tell here when it's like it's stretched out weird in some places. That's like where that major knot would happen, or where like a door would close on it, because you drag it through and then close the door so nobody can hear you talking to your friend. Chukka boots. Members only.
only could you reach the kitchen, living room, and dining room, you could walk halfway down the hallway with it too.
No, mine was on the wall as well.
I can't remember when it was, but at one point in time, I had this exact same stereo.
CD player. I mean, this was like
37 years ago today, License to Ill was the #1 album.
37 years
For
ago.
some reason, it's just hard to believe that Beastie Boys has been around that long.
I never like really listened to them.
Driving to work on a Monday morning, like
The whole
when you have to deal with some of these idiots that's on the road these days.
Ferrigno.
This is pretty much true. How many of you guys know what this is and what it is used for? If you think you know, hit a bunch of buttons on your keyboard and put your answers below.
Looks like an iron. I don't think so. There's a button up here. This arm coming out. Do you put something around this, or do you do? And this looks like it's just a base. So, and there's notches here. Does anybody know what that is? 501s with Converse and white t-shirt. That you were styling, Andy. I love 501 jeans, man. It's a timestamp, a laminator, a mini projector. I don't know, and I don't think he's going to say. Yeah, that's weird. We're not going to know. Mumsy, do you know?
I apologize about my voice today, guys. I'm having a really tough time making this video. I'm just really hoarse for some reason.
Ha, ha,
No pun intended. I actually didn't plan to say that on this particular slide, but I guess it worked out pretty good. I told the kids I had trouble with handwriting when I was little, and a 5-year-old asked if it was because pens were made of feathers.
Out of the mouths of babes, right? Oh my gosh. I actually took a calligraphy class in junior high. And so we had we had those special calligraphy pen things, which had like the quill tip, but on plastic. But I learned the science of it and how it worked. And so I would actually, like, if I found a feather, I would actually make a quill out of feathers and then use it to do calligraphy. I used to do that. But I'm sure this kid was talking about back when that was the only thing people had to write with. No, I'm not that old. Wilbur. That's what Mr. Ed always said. Wilbur.
If you didn't feel old already.
Mr. Rogers. I love Mr. Rogers. I grew up on Mr. Rogers.
This is a 110-year-old ship in my head. This is a 110-year-old ship in reality.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Wow. Yeah, iron ships. Wasn't there an old Ironside during the Civil War? So I mean, ships made of metal have been around for a while. But I think that a lot of people still use these back then. But 110. So 100 years ago would be 1920. So 1910 would be 110 years, roughly. I just went from 2020 instead of 2024, right? Oh my God. That's kind of shocking. Hobo Kelly, Mr. Green Jeans, Captain Kangaroo. Wasn't there like that song about watching flowers on the wall? Captain Kangaroo or Captain Kangaroo. I don't know. Wasn't there a song that said something about Captain Kangaroo, Mr. Green Jeans? I love watching it. And Romper Room. We do have that on. Yeah. Oops.
That's just kind of messed up. Some of y'all never had to push your own car, then jump in and pop the clutch, and it shows.
Definitely.
Worse yet, there's a lot of people today that doesn't understand why someone would do this.
Definitely have done this.
There are 3 Gen X era car seats headed in this picture.
One rear well, one tire, the other rear well. That's the 3. The 3 seats. The Statler brothers. Yeah. Did that one. Wasn't there some kind of mention? Sheriff John, birthday song. Put another candle on my birthday cake. Pull the clutch.
Disagree. There are at least 7, in my opinion.
Well, because you could also.
You got the 2 corners at the front of the cab. If the truck has a tailgate, you got the 2 corners at the rear. Then obviously you have the 2 wheel wells. You take the tire, move it to the center of the cab there, and somebody can sit on that. That's 7.
You could have 4.
If you really had to, someone could sit in the center of the bed, but That's the place that nobody wanted. Who remembers when bubblegum came with comics?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd always try to collect all the different ones. It's 1987. You've just been dropped off at the mall. What store are you hitting first?
Oh, what a great question. What a great question. Look at that Kmart in the mall. Most of our malls had like Macy's and JCPenney's as the anchors. Spencer's and Orange Julius. Got two. Which store are you guys hitting first? Yeah, Bazooka Joe. What are you guys hitting first in the mall? Sears. I loved going to Sears because my mom worked there, so we had a discount card, but they had a little record section. And I would go buy all of my it's 45s, the small ones. So what I would buy oldies, I would buy the latest hit. I mean, I had a lot of 45s. Spencer's, yeah, definitely Spencer's. Get the black light posters and the velvet black light posters, and candles and t-shirts and all kinds of fun stuff. The lemonade stand, the girls in the multicolor uniforms. I love that. Yeah, I don't know the name of that lemonade place, but wasn't that refreshing? I liked Orange Julius better than the lemonade, but the lemonade was really good. You always ate at the mall chalet, the food court. Yeah, just hit the food court. Then hit the stores, the waterbed store to test out all the beds. You worked right next door to Orange Julius. Yes. Back when Orange Julius only had one drink. Snow says, okay, that weird device is called a laminator. Oh, that you called the laminator is actually an old school knit master. Now I'd buy that because remember I said there's those notches. There were those notches in it that I could see having some kind of thread through it. So wow. Thank you, Snow, for finding that. That is amazing. I wouldn't have been able to find that. Chalet says back in the fast times at Ridge Mountain High days. Yeah. Love the pina colada. Oh, when they came out with that, yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was a knitter. That is so cool. Okay. Couple more, and then we're going to end this one.
Radio Shack.
He said Radio Shack.
You're a true 90s kid. If you ever heard, get off the internet. I need to use the phone.
Yes.
Most of the time, they never asked. They just picked up the phone and interrupted your download.
Yes. Yeah.
In the 80s, this was your Saturday morning.
Strawberry shortcake.
Somebody came out and said that this was one of the hidden Easter eggs that they had in the movies. It's actually kind of believable.
Yes, there to keep kids off drugs. That started with our generation.
I remember my grandpa had one of these. Do you remember these? My grandfather had skeleton keys that was even older than these.
I mean, it just had normal keys.
Jolt Cola, the grandfather of all energy drinks.
I remember when that came out.
How many of you remember the old 110 film cartridges?
Yes.
I remember my mom's camera used this.
We've talked about those before.
Name a struggle that today's kids will never know. Being forced to stay indoors.
He says being forced to stay indoors. They will never know that. When do they ever go outside? Struggle that they will never know. Something in school, something when we played. Getting itches from something and having calamine all over you, and then having to have everybody see you with pink splotches. They'll never know that. You guys got anything? Oh, your mom had one and you forgot, Chalet. Oh, well, great. Curl 1, Pearl 2. Actually, the pearl is, I think, P-U-R-L. Not pearl like the oyster, but pearl, P-U-R-L. Like curl, but with a P is how you spell pearl for knitting. Maybe P-E-R-L. It's either a U or an E, but R-L, yeah. Who cares? All right.
Because that's what they had to do to us. We were always outside. We hated being made to stay in the house. Today's generation hardly even touches the grass. You have to admit, this will be a pretty cool freezer for the garage.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody ever had one.
If someone offered you $1 million to watch the same movie for 24 hours straight, could you do it? And what movie do you choose?
The Wedding Singer.
I absolutely could do it.
The Wedding Singer.
I would force myself to do it. And as far as what movie would you choose, there's a lot of good answers. I'd probably just go with Back to the Future.
Oh, how about Groundhog Day?
Like and share this video if you know what this is. I'd say most of the people here on the channel knows exactly what this is.
Cleaner?
I actually showed a newer model in a past episode.
Yeah, it's a vacuum cleaner.
I am not old. Your music just sucks. Fact check true. There is many, many examples of this.
Okay, so in Led Zeppelin in 1975, their lyrics were, "If the sun refused to shine, I would still be loving you. When mountains crumble to the sea, there will still be you and me. Kind woman, I give you my all. Kind woman, nothing more." Nicki Minaj, 2012. "You a stupid hoe. You a stupid hoe. You a stupid hoe. You a stupid hoe. You a stupid hoe. Yeah, you a stupid hoe. You a stupid hoe. You a stupid hoe. Stupid. You a stupid hoe. You a stupid hoe. Stupid. You a stupid hoe. You a stupid hoe. Stupid. That's really similar to the one that's work. How do you have lyrics like that on a song? That's just crazy. Let me back up a little bit. You would watch Vacation, Holiday Road. Andy says, okay, on the Jolt soda, I was in something department when we heard a new soda with twice the caffeine. I made a drawing on a lightning bolt, with all the warning signs all around it. Corrosive hand, nuke. Have you guys heard on like Cinema Shogun that Panera Bread, is it? Someplace like that. I don't know if it's their iced tea or there's some kind of drink that they have that's like in the refillable cups, and it's a lemonade or something. And nobody would like associate it with caffeine at all. Well, iced tea has caffeine, but I think it was something that you wouldn't think has caffeine. And people were dying. It's like several people have died from and they've had this drink. Horrible music out there today, sickening. It's all coming out though, isn't it? It's not very nice. Yes. Maven, I think you're good. Oh, well, thank you. Jolt Cola was the #1 drink for hackers, aside from Ale 81. A little bit of trivia there. All right. So what I want to do, and I hope you all can join me, is I'm going to show a little TikTok of an accident. Well, what leads up to an accident happened doesn't actually show the accident happening, and put that in the context of Cambodia. just for like a, whether it's 5 or 10 minutes. I don't want it to be more than 10 minutes. Snow says, warning. Oh, wait. Andy first. Andy, so the warning had a jet skull, crossbones, etc. Would put it up at the mixing table. It disappeared a few days later. Thought you were in trouble. A month later, the label comes out as you see it on the Jolt label at Coca-Cola. Wow. So you think somebody stole that idea, huh? Snow says caffeinated water, just straight up caffeinated water. And if you use the white coffee bean, no flavor, super crazy caffeine levels. Yeah, I stay away from caffeine. I can't imagine, why would you drink water for caffeine? It came up in one of the novels I'm reading, I just finished reading that one anyway. And yeah, I got to drink my caffeinated water. What? I don't know. I stay away from caffeine. All right, so we're going to end this one, and let me, okay. We'll just look for it here. My channel. So this is the next one. All right. Let's give it a thumbs up. And so I'm going to share it. Boom. Okay. So here's the link. So you guys can hop over to that. And then Snow, when I'm done with that one, I will put, in fact, where is it? Here. Oh, wait. Here. It'll be on the Snow Shepherd. Just so it's official. And okay, so yeah, it's not actually scheduled, but so I want to put Snows here too. I'm just going to play some live music, and we can put in our requests for moods. I want to do that. I'm going to do that with you. My God, the caffeine barrels at Coca-Cola, terrible to mix. Looked like styrofoam particles. Ooh, really? So it's not naturally in Coca-Cola. It's actually something they add into it to make it caffeinated. Oh, that's so, ooh. Thanks for sharing that, Andy. Ooh. All right. So I hope you will join me on mine. I'll go over there and I'll start it right now. And then after, we'll go to Snow. We'll go to Snow's channel and make some. Let's support Snow on her live and give her requests and everything. Okay. So that's it. So love transcends time and space. Don't ever forget it. So whenever and wherever you are watching this, I love you. Yes, I do. I hope you can feel it because it's there. Andy says, pretty sure the plant manager took your drawing to Atlanta. I believe you. That's a pretty amazing story. Hugs to everyone, Mumsy says. So I'm going to end this so that I can start the other one. All right. Give me just a minute to switch everything. So like maybe 2 minutes, but go over to that link and be in that chat, ready for it to start, right? Because it's set up, it's there. You go to that link, you can hop in the chat, and take me a minute to switch everything over, and I will be there. Best tasting Coke was the non-caffeinated cola. I believe it. There's somebody here in Cambodia has a liquid with a bunch of different herbs and stuff like this, like Chinese, herbs and stuff. I mean, they might have been Korean or Japanese. And so it's like a health drink. But if you add it to seltzer water or whatever, you add it to the water, the fizzy water, it tastes like Coca-Cola. Maybe a little bit better, you know, a little bit more flavorful, but it's on that cola. It kind of has that cola taste. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you in a couple minutes. Go right over there and wait for me, and I'll start that stream in about 2 minutes.